everybody, welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Back Calls. I'm Brent.
And I'm Casey.
And this is Pacey. Pacey's going to be joining us as a guest drinker here today. And today we have a good one going on. We're going to do a blind tasting of not unobtainium Buffalo Trace products, but I would consider them like the tier up Buffalo Trace products. Like,
depends where you're at.
Yeah. Here in Virginia, I'll call them like the tier up. So we've got Elmer T Lee, Weller Antique 107, a Stagg Jr. This is going to be the 24 A batch, and then a Weller 12-year. And I'm the only person here who knows what order they're in. So we'll see what you guys think of it. We'll start from our right to left, there, left to right. See how y'all do with these.
Damn, you were heavy-handed on the pouring.
You know,
That's sweet.
we have friends. We have friends.
Tastes pretty old. If I had to guess, just right off the bat, I would say that's either the 12-year or the Elmer T Lee. I've never had Elmer T Lee or the 12-year, but it doesn't taste high enough proof to be Stagg or the one.
See, the problem with Stagg, though, and I say this is a problem. It's not a problem. The proof of Stagg is very fooling. Like it doesn't taste the proof. So, I mean, you can get something that would be in a normal 100 proof, and it's just as smooth as what Stagg comes in at a 120.
Yeah, but you still get the explosion of flavor from a Stagg. I don't really get that from that.
I feel like the first one is the 107.
I feel like that first one, it's like I said, either the 12-year or the...
I am not good at
T
this,
Lee.
though. I'm not good at this game.
I've never done a blind before, but...
Okay, so...
Yeah.
All right, so you're thinking the 107, you're thinking either the Elmer or the 12-year. What do we think as far as ratings go? We have to go entirely based off flavor because I can't give you prices because it's a blind.
I'm going to say single and a half.
Single and a half.
It's...
Double.
Double?
Double.
That's fair. I say it's not my favorite. It doesn't have that real sweet taste you're used to getting from Buffalo Trace, to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to abstain from the rating system because I know what they all are. So, that's fair.
That's sweeter.
Yeah.
A lot vanilla. That's Stagg.
Yeah. That's heavy.
That's Stagg.
It's good, though.
That's very good. That's Stagg. That could possibly be 107 because sometimes, especially since that one's aired out so much, has that little punch at the beginning, but that's one of those two, 100%.
Okay.
That's good.
Casey?
I think it's Stagg, too. It's good. I'd rate it a triple.
Yeah.
And I'd feel comfortable with it.
Okay. All right, so we're both saying that the second one is the Stagg. All right, let's move on to the third. And actually, guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm not 100% sure I remember what these are, but there's a sticky note under the desk.
Oh, okay.
That smells less sweet. A lot of vanilla, though. Ooh. That's the smoothest one so far.
Yeah. I think that's Elmer T Lee.
If I had to guess, yeah, I would say, like I said, I've never had these two.
Yep.
So I would say it's one of those two.
You've never had the 12-year or the Elmer?
No, I have a bottle of it. I just haven't opened it yet.
And yeah.
Right.
Elmer T, if that's what that is, that's my favorite so far.
Where are we going rating-wise, guys?
I'm going to say that one's a home run.
I'd say triple. I don't know if I can't really say. I would say double and a half because I like the Stagg or what I think's the Stagg a little bit better. But
You call us Buffalo Trace fan. Well, they're all Buffalo Trace.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, out of these bottles, you got that back. Or no, it's not. But I'll say out of these bottles, the one everyone always hunts for, other than this, is this.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you can find it at MSRP, there's no beating it.
Right, and that's the same thing. We talk about MSRP on those bottles. I'm perfectly fine going a little over it.
Oh, especially for the Stagg.
Yeah, like I've seen this at $200.
No,
I think that's stupid.
no.
150 and below, I'm a buyer.
This at 200?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it there. That's about the average,
I've
really.
seen it as high as 250 in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
we saw it there in DC too.
I've been very open about it. I'm a buyer at Stagg for Stagg Juniors at 150 and below, and I think I'm a little lower on this one. I'm going to say 130, 140 range.
Yeah.
I'm a buyer. Anything over that, I'm probably going to pass it up.
If it's a store pick, I'd pay 150.
Yeah.
We paid $200 for this, and I don't know. My wife likes it. I like it. I feel like it's okay. I mean, would I love to get it for the $90 that it's supposed to be? Absolutely. Someone find it for me and let me know where I can find it at that, and I will be happy to pay
all you
it.
have to do apparently is be in with somebody at a Virginia ABC. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
You were talking about you walked into one of our ABC stores and watched the last Weller single barrel walk out.
Oh,
So I hunted 5 different stores, two times a day for 2 weeks. Missed every single drop. And the funny thing is, no one was ever in there when the store opened to hunt the store. So someone knew something that I didn't.
And I agree with you. You made a statement that I feel like, especially a lot of these smaller stores, they're not checking their email.
No.
Yeah.
And like the emails coming through that they're supposed to drop, and they're like, "Oh crap, we were supposed to drop this at 10 a.m. and you're dropping it at 4."
The secretiveness of it is
Yeah,
just completely unnecessary.
They need to go back to the way it was.
Yeah, I mean, I will still walk in the store, and if they don't have what I want, I will walk out without buying anything too.
Yep.
It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I don't want the person running the register to think I'm cheap. I don't care.
Yeah.
We walk in
and out all the time.
Yeah, we walk into probably 20 ABC stores a week and walk out with absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, all right, guys.
My rating so far, though, because I do want to kind of keep this in order. That's my number 1. That's my number 2. And I have a feeling this is going to be last.
Okay.
But I haven't tried this yet, but I have a feeling that's the 12-year. That's the T Lee. That's Stagg.
that one got hung.
I'm pretty sure that's 27.
I think it's the Weller 10.
Well, or 10,
Or
12.
12. 10, 12. Who gives
Very
a damn?
fruit forward, sweet. Just like, that's what you expect when people say Weller, like, that's kind of what you expect.
Yeah. Very,
Yeah.
I think it's and I'm trying to stay out of it because, like I said, I know things, but it's definitely a very wheat forward bourbon.
Yeah. I'd put these two neck and neck.
Okay.
So I'm going to say triple.
I'm
Not
gonna
no,
give it a
just on
double.
taste. Really?
That kitten hung. I don't know if it was its fault or my fault, but
Well,
I did not enjoy that.
if I am right, it is slightly higher proof, but I feel like you pick it like as smooth as this is. This is probably one of the smoothest bourbons that I've tried, but it lacks flavor compared to these two to me.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going 1 tied.
I would probably say this slightly edges this out.
Okay.
So close. These are almost interchangeable, but I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, guys. Well, let's.
Did you mark the bottom of these?
No, I did not, but I know what order they're in.
Okay.
So, and I think everybody's kept their glasses.
No.
Let's get one more. Let's get one more. So we've got Pacey's little.
I just kind of pushed it
just
forward.
pushed it forward. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
And this is
So
4 behind.
So for him, it would be 4, 1, 2. No, 4, 1, 3, 2. What are you gonna do there, Case?
I've been moving these around. I have no idea anymore.
Well, I remember you said
Oh,
this
listen.
one was
Yeah.
a home run. This I would put it a triple.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like this was the Elmer T. I feel like this one is the Stagg 107 and the 12.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, in order from our right to left, their
Yeah.
left to right, was the Weller 12.
That's what I thought.
Was the first. Stagg Jr.
Yep.
was the second. Elmer was the third.
Yep.
Okay.
and 107
I was right on the money.
He got all of them. He got all of them right. And I think the biggest shocker out of this is that Casey only gave 107
I know.
a double.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest things for me. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do my rating system now that it's open and out there. I think the Stagg Jr. is a home run.
Yeah.
I think the Weller Antique 107 is also a home run. I think the Elmer T Lee is a triple, and I think the Weller 12-year is a double. And here's where I go into the triple because I saw the face. It's
Yeah.
okay. This, as far as flavor profile, it is very vanilla forward.
Oh, that's all you
It's
taste.
very, very, very vanilla forward. And it doesn't have a huge amount of flavor, but just how smooth it is.
It just smells like vanilla.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
really smooth.
so smooth. And when I talk about smoothness, we've used Eagle Rare as like our standard for
Yeah.
like smooth bourbons, minus flavor. Eagle Rare,
Yeah.
in my opinion, is not a very flavorful bourbon, but it's incredibly easy to go down.
Yeah.
Go back to it though after you've had the other stuff. Just, I know you've got a little left in there. Just,
Is this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
it just doesn't have as much flavor as like even the 107.
No,
That's my thing with it.
No, I agree, and that's why I pulled it below those. I think it scores that high for me just because of the smoothness on it.
Yeah.
I think this honestly,
It's the smoothest thing here.
it's smoother
Yeah.
than Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
This one's smooth. It's high octane.
It's
but
smooth for the
It's
proof.
smooth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's and we were talking about that. It is so all of the Stagg products, whether it's George T, the Stagg Juniors, they're all very deceitful as far as their proof goes.
Yeah.
You'll see the numbers on the bottles and you'll go, "Oh God!"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's nowhere near like that. They are absolutely wonderful, and they're flavor packed, like you said, dark fruits, major dark fruits, plum,
Mhm.
plum, lots of plum,
Lots of plums. Lots of plums.
So funny that y'all have that story though, because this is actually the first bottle that got me into bourbon a few years ago.
Okay.
I was more fortunate than most people, getting Blanton's and getting into it. That was the first bourbon I was able to taste anything on, and what I got was cinnamon and cherries. That's
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I got, and I still get that today.
We have very blatant opinions on Blanton's.
Yeah.
Cool bottle, overpriced.
I think Blanton's was the first one that I found that was allocated out there too when I actually started to figure out what that actually was.
That's how it goes for everyone. You see Blanton's and you're like, oh my gosh, there's Blanton's. And
Because
then,
everybody loses their
Yeah.
mind over it.
and then you realize it's not that special. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay.
It's I'm telling you, it's John Wick.
It is, yeah, it is my least favorite.
Here's my thing with Blanton's too. It's not necessarily a bad thing. So Blanton's, all of them are single barrels, so all of them taste different.
Yeah.
I've had some Blanton's that are absolutely amazing, like cherry cola flavor, just makes me want to buy all of them. And then I've had other ones that are borderline undrinkable,
Yeah.
and it's like, why did I ever buy this?
Yeah. I feel like I have the undrinkable.
Yeah.
I've tried, like, I will be, like, I've tried to have my wife drink it, I'll drink it, and I keep saying, well, let's try it, this ought to be good, maybe now that we're, like, more into
Yeah.
it, and we're kind of, into tasting these, maybe it'll taste different. I don't like it. I don't give a damn what I taste in front of it. I don't like it.
And that's the way I've been with it. I've given it chance after chance after chance,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing for me. It's not a flavorful bourbon.
No.
It's not
Yeah.
very smooth. I won't say it's harsh, but
Well,
it's,
for the proof, it's not smooth at all.
I
Exactly.
don't care what Tom Cruise thinks. I think it sucks.
Tom Cruise.
Isn't that who's
No.
Sean
Keanu
Wick?
Reeves?
Oh, okay,
Oh,
whatever.
God.
So in all fairness, I've never been a movie guy. I don't have the attention span for it.
You
And
gotta know John
when
Wick.
I'm watching a movie, I'm like, what
It's in black and
sport
white.
is on?
It's in
What
black and
sport
white.
is on right now that I could be watching? So I definitely do not watch any of those. Okay, well, I don't think Keanu Reeves' palate's any better than Tom Cruise's.
Well, you know
so
what?
there.
Hey, I just want to point this out. Spoiler alert for Casey. Nobody else out there. Darth Vader is in fact Luke Skywalker's father.
I know. I was 3 once.
I just wanted to make. I mean, as far as your like pop culture goes, I felt like that might be a shocker to you.
I was 3 once. I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed doing the blind. I mean, I think next time I'm going to do the blind, and somebody else can.
I'll pour.
So somebody else can pour. But I
I'll
mean, it was
pour.
kind of cool seeing. I mean, you got it absolutely spot on, and you were really close.
Yeah.
So, be proud of your palates.
I've never had this one before.
I think I've had that.
And this one, I had it before, but in all fairness, I had it within 10 minutes of having Pappy.
Okay. That's,
So,
to be fair, this was the first thing I drank in this lineup, and I'm kind of disappointed, to be honest.
Yeah.
Everything I've heard on it has been,
Oh, party foul.
Party foul.
but everything I've seen on it hasn't been great. Kind of lived up to it.
Yeah.
And which one is that?
The 12-year. It smells great.
I think,
Yeah.
and that's my bottle of it. I think the biggest disappointment that I'm gonna have in it is.
Let's make Brent cry
I
right
know.
now.
We know.
Let me
Hey, check the last up.
twist. Oh,
Oh,
hey, what
we
kind
know.
of cork is that?
Misery, Corky Cork, awesomeness. This is Corky Cork. I don't even need to pull that one out. They do everything right over
Would
there.
you like to unscrew this one?
That's why I said you're a Buffalo Trace fanboy.
Why?
They do everything right over there.
Yeah.
They're all the same place.
You're gonna tell me Stagg doesn't do things right though?
They're all pretty good.
Have you had a Stagg that you have not enjoyed any of them?
No.
Okay then. They're doing it right over
This
there.
is actually the first time I've ever had this.
Like any of them?
Any
Or
of
that
well, no,
batch?
I had George T before.
That's
down
not
at-
the same.
down at one of I want to say it was at Sidecar, but yeah, totally not the same. But this is good.
Well, and they're all good. Every single one that I've had is good. And I will say there is so much variation in the flavors from each batch that you get. Like I said, that's the 24A, but it doesn't matter. I know Pacey, you've got what 20? You've got 24.
I've got 3 bottles of it. So I've got 23A, 23B, and a 25B.
What
Okay.
one is this?
That's a 24A.
Yep.
I have had the 23D, which everyone chases and talks about. I will say, that is the best Stagg I've ever had.
Okay.
By
So,
far. Like,
and that's the thing about them. They're small batch.
oh, yeah.
They're not single barrel. I would be very curious to hear. I mean, because Buffalo Trace is a huge distillery, and we all know that small batch is determined by the distillery. So I'm curious to know what their definition of small batch is for the Stagg Juniors.
Yeah.
I would say that it's probably on the lower end of what you would think of like larger distilleries, small batch. I said lower end. I didn't say like we were talking about Bowman's, for example, Virginia distillery. We give all of Virginia distilleries a shout out. Their small batch is a max of 20 barrels.
Yeah.
And they openly tell you that. That's genuinely a small batch.
The most disappointing thing I learned on my first trip to Kentucky was each distiller decides what the small batch is.
Oh, yeah.
A small batch could be 55,000 gallons on one and then 20 on the other. And, you know, you get there and, like I've had people give me them as gifts and be like, this is small batch. I'm just like, thank you very much. I'm not even like, yeah, I'm like, that's the biggest sucker in retail nowadays.
I think everything up here is going to be small batch except for the Elmer. The Elmer's the only single barrel. But I've had multiple bottles of it, and I will say it's very consistent.
I learned that in the plum class.
You learned that in the plum class?
In the plum class, yeah.
The Elmer's very consistent all the way through. The little subtle differences that you're going to get out of a single barrel, but their quality control is great. You pick it up and you're expecting to get a bottle of Elmer T Lee.
It's solid.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
So, all right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. You guys got anything else?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys joining us. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. You can find us at Bourbon and Bad Calls on all of the social media platforms. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page and check out our Patreon account. And we're going to try and do some more, getting more people in here to drink with just me and Casey, get a couple other pallets. We'll bring Pacey in here, mainly because I like that I confuse the two of them just because of their names. But we'll try and get some more people in here. That way you're just not listening to the two of us.
And we're going to work on having our store up and running as well with the hats and the shirts.
Yep, I mean, I'm wearing one of the
and
shirts.
our Glencairns, our very special Glencairns here.
Yep. So All right, guys. We will see y'all in the next one. Appreciate y'all and cheers.
Cheers.